Hey everyone, it's time to do another vlog about music, about songwriting. I did one last night and I'm going to do another one now. I like the way it sounds right here. So anyways, let me get on with it because I have a lot to talk about. Today I want to talk a little bit about lyrics. Some people are natural lyric writers, I really believe that, and some people have to work harder. I believe I am in the camp of having to work harder, but I want to start off by reading something to you. A couple years ago, I went to school and where I completed my degree online, and in one of those classes was English, which I never realized how much fun I could have with an English class. I really enjoyed it. Wrote a couple essays, and one of the essays I wrote was about writing lyrics. I mean, I could choose what I wanted to write about, and I chose about writing lyrics because I had a certain analogy. I believe the essay was about analogies, so I chose my analogy because this is something I truly believe in and I used for songwriting. That analogy, what was the name of it? I called it, Get a Shovel and Start Writing. That was the name of the essay. So I'm going to skip around the essay. I kind of want to read it all. It's quite long. But then I want to get to songwriting and how this works for me, maybe can work for you. Okay, so this is the second page. Okay, this is from my essay, and this is a vlog about lyric writing. So here goes the essay. Paragraph 2 or 3. For a moment, let us think back to our childhoods, back to when dinosaurs were interesting, and when we actually believed treasure chests of gold and gemstones lay just beneath the dirt in our own backyards. These were the times when creativity would zip through us like hummingbirds over a bush of their favorite flowers. Their creativity allowed us as kids to suspend from our disbeliefs and do that thing kids are great at, pretending. Pretending that an adventure was about to take place allowed us to have fun and believe there may actually be precious jewel underneath all 4 inches of soil. When we would discover an old penny in the dirt, we would pretend that we found treasure, and that was enough. So, is digging just a passing phase in life? A few months ago, I was planting some hibiscus flowers in my yard when my daughter and I noticed an earthworm that was a few inches deep in the hole we had dug out. It dawned on me that I hadn't seen an earthworm in over a decade. How would I have seen one? I hadn't exactly given myself the opportunity to go into their environment in a long while. With my children now in the exploring and creativity phase that I just spoke of, the digging adventures of my early life have resumed. Undoubtedly, this helps me in different ways. For one, it reunites me with the shovel and the dirt. 2, I can pass on the fun and adventures that I took part in as a child to my children. 3, time and time again, it keeps happening to me. This time, I know what I am doing and can complete the task at hand. Nothing happens. I start to meditate in my writer's block. I own this block, and it is a desolate block. Some people have a way with words, and I was never like those people. I wrote songs and slapped some lyrics on them as quickly as I slapped the bread on a bologna sandwich. I never thought that was a problem until one day someone high up in a record label position said the words that would forever change my approach to writing lyrics. He told me that my lyrics were trite, which I took as bland and unoriginal. He complimented the rest of my abilities as a songwriter, but pointed to this huge problem. For a while, I was lost on how I could improve, for I thought my lyrics were already great. If I am being honest, though, I feel like his criticism hit me hard because I knew he was right. I decided to let my pride slip by my ego in order to improve my music. Something I noticed after a short while of putting the microscope on my lyrics was they really were not that bad. Trust me when I say some lyrics can be downright awful. The label executive said they were trite, not bad. So maybe I wasn't spending enough time on them. The lyrics were unoriginal, not because of what I was trying to say. They were unoriginal because I was, without a doubt, rushing them. One of the discoveries I made was that I could take a small line of words and rearrange them. Pulling myself out of the lyrics is something that can be done as well. I could say waves crash upon rocks, or I could say wave upon rock. I could write a song about how I feel ugly and call it I Feel Ugly, or I could call it Beauty Lotto. What might seem like insignificant edits seem to take the bland and unoriginal out of my songs. Blah, 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 blah. My essay goes on. I gave 2 examples there. One of them the analogy of me digging in the dirt, or my children digging in the dirt. And then I give another example, of a real life example, of how I was told that my lyrics weren't that good, and that made me improve in many different ways. Okay, so the idea of the shovel in the dirt is something I've been using for quite some time. That's what I came up with shortly after the record label guy told me that. This was a long time ago, and I think like in 2005, somewhere around there. And I just started using this analogy of digging in the ground. You dig, and you'll find something, right? You'll find whatever, you'll find something. So when you, and let me give the example of, it's a song of mine called Lighthouses. I could have said, waves crash on the rocks, right? And sometimes people are so rushing that you just slap it on, and then waves crash upon rocks, right? But then, first of all, I want to take me out of it. It's a given that it's about me. So take me or I or you out of it. Wave upon rock. This heart of glass falls. There's no I, there's no here. Let me sing it again. Wave upon rock. I think I said waves upon rock. Waves upon rock. This heart of glass falls. Words behind lips, they bend to the wall. Pray, I see you. Scattered shards are hard to find. There's a line in the first verse of this song, Lighthouse, where I say, which is one of my favorite lines ever. It's, lost with no compass, real constellations don't have lines drawn in. Like the way you see them drawn in on the books, you know? I like that line. It sings, lost with no compass, real constellations don't have lines drawn in, eyes like a mirror. Wanna see, I'm waiting. Just a little example of how I've implemented my style of writing lyrics. And I can tell you that when I wrote this song, that's not what it was at first. It was way more unoriginal, you know, just a sketch of lyrics. So sometimes you nail the lyrics on quickly. That's what you always hear artists, oh, I wrote it fast. It happens. But the better you get at it, I do believe the better you get at telling when it's ready. And sometimes you're like, okay, there's nothing to do. It is what it is. It's perfect. This is how it is, right? A lot of times you think it's perfect, and along the way you kind of mess with things here and there. But for the most part, we know when you just gotta keep digging, because there's something there, you know? I know I didn't have these lyrics early on. Some of these better lyrics came in later because I just kept thinking, I kept digging. And for someone like me, who I don't consider myself to be a natural lyric writer, and I'll tell you this: you might not be a big U2 fan. I'm a big U2 fan. Bono, to me, is one of the greatest lyricists in music. When I hear his lyrics, I hear someone who is a natural at it. Like, it's just amazing what this guy comes up with, and it just flows. You know, that's not me. I was never like that. So I had to just start thinking, and what happened was I unlocked this analogy of digging. And let me see how this ends, because there might actually be something good here that I can end with. So the last paragraph is, I'll read the last paragraph. Writing lyrics is taking a shovel to the dirt, but instead of digging for old forgotten items, I am looking for words that will sparkle like a treasure of golden coins. When I was young, I would wake up early, shovel in hand, and I would start digging. The fun I was having would pull me through the pain of ant bites, the summer heat, sometimes even at my parents' dissatisfaction, through my hunger. Through my hunger. Was I that thrilled over that one time I found an old toy slingshot? I can't remember, to be honest, yet I know that every time I find a better lyrical gem by reaching into the pits of the dirt and clay in my adult mind. I am definitely happy. There are mysterious wisps and streams of consciousness that live in my mind, and they seem to be much better at articulating my ideas than my immediate mind can conjure. Therefore, when it comes to writing lyrics, brainstorming is like digging a hole. Hope that made sense. I skipped around there, but anyways, good luck. Till next time, rock on.